So you want to buy, sell, and mint NFTs, but you're an environmentally conscious individual. You're wondering what's all the talk about NFTs being environmentally unfriendly. And maybe you're just looking for alternatives. In this video, I'll talk you through why some people are considering popular NFT exchanges not Earth-centric, so to speak, and even a couple brief counterpoints and counterarguments to that. But if you still want to find energy-efficient NFT marketplaces, I'll list the best ones in this video. But first, let's get acquainted. I'm Derek West, host of Finance Squared, where we love discussing all things personal finance, from stocks to bonds to crypto. Who might you be? Let us know in the comments down below why you're concerned about popular NFTs and their effects on the environment. And be sure to subscribe as we drop new videos weekly. And if you like these topics, you're not going to want to miss them. And of course, lovingly, tenderly, gently, smash that like button for the YouTube algorithm. Now, on to the good stuff. Popular NFT marketplaces like Nifty Gateway, a home of art from some notable NFT celebrities like Beeple and Grimes, those NFT exchanges are built on top of the Ethereum blockchain. The reason why that has some people concerned about their environmental effects, well, that needs a little bit of a backstory. So let's dive into that real quick. Brief warning, this might get slightly technical, but bear with me, I promise this will pay off. Blockchain, and by extension cryptocurrencies, they've come in three distinct waves. First, as simple coins and tokens that only had one use case as a decentralized value transfer mechanism, or in layman's terms, as money. Think Bitcoin, Litecoin, Dogecoin. That use case alone has disrupted the financial services world and made millionaires out of teenagers just playing around on the internet. Then there was a second wave of blockchains. These blockchains, realizing that Bitcoin and the rest were really pieces of code that existed linked to each other in a verifiable manner, well, they extended those use cases to be more than just a means of transfer. They now included the ability for smart contracts, programmable money, and yes, non-fungibility. The most famous of these and the most valuable of these second wave blockchains, and the second most valuable blockchain on Earth, is Ethereum, or ETH. There have been many forks of the Ethereum blockchain and other smart contracts as well, but ETH is the granddaddy of them all. The third wave of blockchains was similar to the first and the second wave, except in this wave, these blockchains, well, they focused on fixing some of the perceived problems of the first two waves, whether it was their slow transactions and throughput rates, or their environmental unfriendliness. More on that in a moment. Or the perceived lack of regulatory approval, among other things. First and second wave blockchains, while different in their own ways, maintained many of the same mechanisms between each other. The most significant of those mechanisms, and the one that can cause alarm among environmentally conscious individuals, is the transaction validation mechanism, known as proof of work. The details of how proof of work, well, works, frankly, that belongs in a whole other video and probably a whole other channel. One that's dedicated to the inner workings of complex algorithms. But suffice it to say that it requires tons of computational work to validate one transaction on the Bitcoin network, and also the same for the Ethereum network, which is the main reason why people rightfully point out that many cryptocurrencies have a huge environmental impact. The Bitcoin network alone is said to use more energy than the entire country of Argentina in some sources. Now, I spoke about the third wave of blockchains just a moment ago. One of the things that they look to solve, well, it's just that. Making crypto more environmentally friendly. They do that using different techniques, but the most significant is switching up the transaction validation mechanism, switching it from proof of work to proof of stake. Proof of stake is like proof of work. It's a complex algorithm whose explanation really belongs in a more tech-focused channel. But it's been shown that proof of stake algorithms are significantly more energy efficient on a whole blockchain network than proof of work. And there are blockchains out there that run using these more energy efficient and thus environmentally friendly mechanisms. And that means that there are NFT marketplaces out there that you can consider more eco-friendly. That is, more eco-friendly than some of the more popular ones. Which marketplaces am I talking about? Well, let's start off with the NFT Showroom. NFT Showroom uses the Hive blockchain, which is an interesting project in and of itself. Hive sees itself as sort of a foundational chain of Web 3.0 applications. And just one of its use cases is as a token or coin. There are actually 9 different NFT exchanges on the Hive ecosystem. All of them would technically be more eco-friendly than most of the popular NFT marketplaces that you're probably familiar with. NFT Showroom is just one of many. The reason that it stands out is its simplified system for searching for art. You can search for private pieces as pieces of art with limited rights. A limited rights NFT gives you the option to print t-shirts, mugs, and other paraphernalia without having to pay any royalties to the artist. Whereas private means you simply get to display ownership of your NFT in your wall or gallery. Also, because the marketplace is built off of Hive, it has very low gas fees at a few dollars per transaction, as opposed to Ethereum, which can have fees as high as several $1,000s, depending on the network congestion and other factors. Another way the NFT Showroom sets itself apart is that it verifies its artists before they can post, so it knows that you're not posting someone else's work. While at the same time, it's open to any artist to set up shop and to begin minting in a relatively short amount of time with low entry requirements or technical know-how. Like with anything, there are some minuses to using NFT Showroom for your NFT art gallery. Like with any other alternative NFT platform we're going to talk about, the volume of sales on this platform is significantly lower than the other more popular platforms. So if you're an NFT enthusiast or artist, expect fewer sales in general. And for that very same reason, you should expect your art to sell at lower prices as well. And an issue particular to NFT Showroom for the time being is that as of this production, there isn't a bidding system just yet. It's in the works and it should be out there soon, maybe by the time you're done watching this. SignArt is a platform that we're going to talk about next. SignArt runs on the Waves protocol blockchain. So like NFT Showroom, it has really low fees and near instant transactions. It also uses lazy minting, which means that the artwork will not be added to the blockchain until a sale is made. That reduces its energy footprint even more. Now, some folks have complained that the experience searching for art on Sign is just terrible. And who am I to disagree? It feels like a disorganized first draft of Instagram when you first start using it. But in reality, if you're dedicated, you can find yourself a nice piece of art at a bargain basement price. There's also high value art for sale on the page. So that means that you have the potential to sell art at or around those prices as well, if you have the talent. And then there's Solible. Solible is a real-time NFT auction house that is based off of the Solana blockchain. So just like the first two in the list, you can expect real fast transaction time, low gas fees to execute those transactions, and of course, a real nice energy footprint. Solible also has a bidding system for the art that is sold on there. So if you're a talented artist, you have the chance to drive the prices of your artwork higher, allowing for better sales figures for your efforts. The NFTs on Solible can be redeemed for physical merchandise that you can have shipped directly to your domicile. Let's talk about HEN. HEN, which is an acronym for Hic et Nunc. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right, so I'm just gonna stick with the nick. But this marketplace is the #1 place for energy efficient NFT transactions in the world right now. It runs off the Tezos blockchain. So again, you can expect energy efficiency, lower transaction fees, and faster transaction times. Now it does have a pretty bad user experience, and like with most things, that's in the eye of the beholder. Nevertheless, it has managed to attract some of the bigger artists and motion designers that are interested in non-ETH NFT minting. One of the things that makes HEN attractive is the objects, or OBJKTSs. Those are the NFT token names that you can sell and have smart contracts assigned to them that allow for royalties from anywhere from 10% to 25%. The tools on the site for minting NFTs leaves a little bit to be desired, but there are plenty of tools out there for the true do-it-yourself NFT enthusiast to really build some NFT and crypto street cred. That said, there are many other marketplaces out there for eco-conscious NFT enthusiasts, and some of them have a mashup of features, and some of them have much to work on and much to be desired. But it's the wild, wild west for NFTs right now, and if you get in on it early, you can participate with the rest of the cryptosphere in building those marketplaces into artistic powerhouses. I'll leave a list in the description down below. Be sure to check them out, as well as leave a comment if I missed your favorite eco-conscious NFT marketplace. Also, be sure to like this video if you liked the video, and share with your friends and everybody you know who loves NFTs, crypto, and finances in general. Be sure to subscribe to this channel and turn on post notifications as well, since we have more videos coming out on this topic in the very near future. And you're not going to want to miss them when they drop. And remember, a goal without a plan is a wish. A goal with a plan and no action, well, that's a wish list. Take it easy, guys. I'll catch you in the next video.